Hey guys, it's Shay, also known as True Crime and T-Shirts on TikTok, Adventures of Shay on YouTube, and Shay Seeks Food and Adventure on Instagram. Today, I thought I would start reading Bella, Miss Abzug Goes to Washington, a book she wrote with a journalist, I believe, in 72 or 73. It was uh, it followed her along in her first year after she was elected to Congress in New York in her district. So, yeah, I know this type of thing has become more popular with creators. I am not a professional creator, nor do I pretend or view myself to be a professional creator. This is all new to me. I just do this for fun. I have the day off today, so I thought I would sit down and try this out. So, I guess I will start with the introduction of the book. The first part of the book is the introduction, and if that goes well, I will read a couple more pages, maybe up to the entry from January 19th. So, with that being said, we shall start. I've been described as a tough and noisy woman, a prize fighter, a man-hater, you name it. They call me Battling Bella, Mother Courage, and a Jewish mother with more complaints than Portnoy. There are those who say I'm impatient, impetuous, uppity, rude, profane, brash, and overbearing. Whether I'm any of those things, or all of them, you decide for yourself. But whatever I am, and this ought to be made very clear at the onset, I'm a very serious woman. I freaking love Bella. Love her. I'm not being facetious when I say that the real enemies in this country are the Pentagon and its pals in big business. It's no joke to me that women in this country are terribly oppressed and are made to suffer economic, legal, and social discrimination. I'm not evoking a wild fantasy when I claim that I'm going to help organize a new political coalition of the women, the minorities, and the young people, along with the poor, the elderly, the workers, and the unemployed, which is going to turn this country upside down and inside out. We're going to reclaim our cities, create more jobs, better housing, better health care, more child care centers, more help for drug addicts, and we're going to start doing something for the millions of people in this country whose needs because of the callousness of the men who've been running our government and have taken a low priority to the cost of killing people in Indochina. Obviously, this book is very dated. However, a lot of the issues that we're going to hear Bella talk about are still important today, and we're still fighting for the same issues that she fought for in 1971 through 1978. During her whole almost 10 years, I don't want to say 10 years because she didn't have 10 years. She only ran for 8 years. I believe 2 terms or 3 terms in Congress. I think it was 3. It could have been 2. Anyways, I'll get back to you. I think it was 3 years. So, yeah, she was in there for almost 7 years. So, yeah. To some people, all this may sound a bit grandiose, but let me tell you something. This is the only thing we can do and still survive. I didn't devise the program. It's not my master plan. It's what 500,000 English people, Puerto Ricans, Jews, Italians, Chinese, Irish, Polish, Russians, blacks, and even WASP, who live in the area of Manhattan extending from the west side and down to around the village to the lower east side, has specifically sent me to Congress to do. These people have had it. They are fed up, dispirited, almost without hope, cynical, oppressed by economic conditions, overwhelmed by inflexibility of their intuitions, demoralized by the war. Either we begin to help them all, the millions of others who are suffering in this country, or we have all had it. Although the campaign and since the election, I've had people come up to me and say, time and time again, Bella, you're our only hope. There's nobody else to turn to, Bella, only you. Bella, if you don't, who will? I confess it scares me. at these people and the conditions they live in, to talk to them, to feel the disparity. It's so frightening to me at times that I become physically ill with the fear that I might fail them. There are plenty of people, including my husband Martin, who think I'm nuts. They don't believe I can get anywhere. They worry that I'm taking on too much. They warn that, at best, I will be misunderstood. At worst, I'll be spurned and cut down. Who knows? Perhaps they're right, but I don't think so. These are very special times we live in. The priorities in this country against the will of the people are upside down. And at this moment, as the 92nd Congress is about to convene, and the mood of the country is in one place and its government is someplace else. One poll after another shows us that people are against the war, and the people are opposed to the president, and the people don't trust the administration. More clearly than ever in recent history, vast numbers of more people in this country share a common goal to change our government and its priorities and policies. Can it be done? Of course, if the women, who are a majority of the population, and the young people who are just getting the vote, and the minorities who more than any other group have been made to pay for this rotten war, can be educated into a new political coalition with working people and small businessmen. It can be done. It will take organization. It will take leadership. And the people are ready and willing. They're just desperate for direction. They're waiting for leaders, a new kind of a leader. They can no longer relate to any, and they have had enough of the old-style wooden, pontificating politicians who really don't give a damn about them. Instead, they want leaders who are people like themselves, real people, as human and emotional and agonized as they are. Like me. I'm one of the same kind of people who elected me. I'm someone they can touch, see, feel, and smell. And it's very interesting that the man I defeated in the Democratic primary, Leonard Farbstein, who has been in Congress for 12 years, and many of the same views on that issues like I did, his only problem was that, unlike me, he was not part of the constituency. You never knew him or felt him. He was not an activist. He's like a piece of furniture, somebody said to me in the campaign. It's time he should be moved. I'm an activist. I'm the kind of person who does things at the same time, and I'm working to create a feeling that something can be done. And I don't intend to disappear in Congress, as of many of my predecessors have done. My role, as I see it, is among the people, and I'm going to be outside organizing them. At the same time, I'm inside fighting for them. That is the kind of leadership that I believe will build a new majority in this country. And it was primarily in the hope of being able to exemplify that kind of leadership that I ran for Congress. I certainly didn't go for ego. I wasn't looking for a new career. I'm a 50-year-old woman, an established lawyer, a wife, a mother of 2 daughters, and a founder and leader of the Women's Strike for Peace. Believe me, the last thing I needed at this point in my life was to knock my brains out trying to get elected to Congress. But I felt if I were going to get anywhere, Congress has to begin to reflect its composition, the great diversity of this country. Although women represent 53% of the electorate, there are only 13 of us in the Congress, 12 in the House and 1 in the Senate. The country has 22 million black citizens and only a dozen black congressmen. There are no artists, intellectuals, scientists, mathematicians, creative writers, architects, Vietnam vets, musicians, and not even any leaders of the labor movement on Capitol Hill. There are no young people. The average age of the Congress is 51.9 years, and a senator is 56. 2/3 of the people are lawyers, businessmen, or bankers. No wonder Congress is such a smug, incestuous, stagnant institution. It reeks of sameness. Perhaps the best way to change Congress is to make it more representative. To make it more responsive is to show people exactly what it is. This is the reason I decided to keep this diary. I want people to share my personal experiences in struggling with the system. Having spent many years as a legislative director of Women's Strike for Peace, I'm no innocent to Washington. I've already had a pretty good whiff of what to expect. The inside operation of Congress, the deals, the compromises, the selling out, the co-opting, the unprincipled manipulating, the self-serving career building is a story of such monumental decadence that I believe if people find out about it, they will demand an end to it. That's it. for now.